First, these two techniques were the principal ones used for so many decades. Now they've gotten much more sophisticated, but these still are the dominant techniques for keeping track. Essentially, you can put material in a container and put a seal on it, such that if somebody tampers with the seal, you know, well, they're up to no good. So that's one thing. Another is what you generally read about. Oh, there's 2 seats here. Let's see. So, oh, come on now. They want to be with their buddies. Come on, you don't want to.
You got some food?
Yeah, and feel free to get some food. Okay. Cameras. Also radiation detectors, particularly in the spent fuel ponds. That's this. And the idea would be that you would have cameras, they're now digital cameras, and they would tape. And then every 90 days you'd come and take the tape, and then you'd look at the tape, and then you'd give a reading. The other thing, which is non-technical, is they would look at your accounting of how much material you thought you produced and how much you had. And you would have this accountancy effort such that you would have material accounted for, and then something I like, because it's a cute acronym, MUF, kind of like a goof up, MUF, material unaccounted for. And if you had a lot of material unaccounted for, well, you'd have to do some accounting for that. In other words, why is that? All right? And so that's basically what the system traditionally has been about. All right. Part of the problem today is that this system, oh, really? Did I do? No. Yikes. You got to breathe carefully around here. Really?
I guess so. I don't know what it's
Wow.
This doesn't move, right?
This is a brief no one wants you to get. In any case, in early days, there were not many issues with the safeguard system for a real simple reason. There wasn't much to safeguard. And a lot of it was in states that already had a nuclear weapon, so, you know, who cares? That changed, and I did a study in 2000, I think it was 4, or 6 or something, but it meant that 2004 was a real current date when I was doing the study. Interesting trends, and this comes from this book called Falling Behind, which I asked you to, you know, take a look at a chapter, and I think, or I recommend it. This is quite a little paragraph here, and so from 84 to 2004, that's just the last, you know, sort of 20 or 30 years, the agency safeguards budget has barely doubled, but the number of fuel fabrication, fuel making plants and facilities has grown in the last 2 decades from a mere handful to 65. More important is this, let's see, it's tripled. The number of plants containing special nuclear materials tripled to 900. This is also a kind of interesting growth chart, which is shows the budget doubling during that period, but the amount of material that is of what they call direct use, separated plutonium and highly enriched uranium, grew 6-fold. This is the reason I came up with the title, Falling Behind. I mean, this is sort of a part of the falling behind problem set. Also, at that time, there was a problem. People were growing old and dying in the agency, and so the staff, the inspections were there was a real crisis. They all seemed to come in at the same time, and they were all leaving at the same time. So they had to do a lot of hires and things like that. I think they've kind of overcome that problem. But there is a disconnect between what they have to inspect, how stressful it is, and the amount of what they have to to do, and the budget. The budget, I think someone said, was akin to what the Vienna police budget is for a year. Right.